Sir, what is the significance of immunology to a common man?
Infections, when they cause a disease, that means at that point of time, either the infectious agent has down modulated the immune system, or there is some level of immune deficiency which can cause the disease. The cancer cells are being produced all the time in our body, but not everybody gets a cancer.
Stress, tensions, all this cumulatively does affect our immune system.
You can see that there is a lot of noise about air pollution all around us. Okay. So we are living in a air polluted kind of atmosphere that definitely affects our capacity to fight with the infections.
Gut health can be a direct, you can say, a marker to body immune system.
Our whole mucous membranes, our gut, lungs, even skin, and all other organs, millions of microorganisms growing in them. That we call the normal microflora. Amazingly, gut is the location where about 70% of our immune cells are located. We take antibiotics without any prescription or something, because we are so much of self-medicated community, right? And most of the times there is some kind of sore throat or fever. Oh, de do antibiotic. So you have taken it for elimination of pathogenic bacteria, thinking that your sore throat is because of bacterial infection. The antibiotic will basically get rid of the pathogenic bacteria, but also kill so many of the normal microflora, the microbiota. So many of those are eliminated. When you take some antibiotic, sometimes it leads to diarrhea,
Yes.
gut problem, stomach ache, immediately. And you go to the doctor, and doctor will say, okay, stop the antibiotic and take another one. That is because that antibiotic is eliminating your normal microbiota.
In case of viral fevers, do antibiotics work?
Antibiotics' role is to kill bacteria, microbes, not the viruses. So most of the times we do not know whether.
Are you worried about your immune system? Do you want to know how our human immune system works? How our body is so powerful and it can fight against all pathogens, be it bacteria, viruses. And not only it fights pathogens, but also problems like pollutions. Air pollution, as we are seeing day by day, is increasing in all the major cities in India. Amidst all these difficulties, our immune system has to fight with all these parameters to keep you healthy. Are you interested to keep yourself and your family members healthy and boost their immunity? If yes, then this podcast is a must listen to all the viewers. Today, in this episode, to understand in depth immunity and to see how immunity has relationship with all these various environmental problems and how you can improve, maintain and constantly keep a healthy lifestyle. All this will be discussed with our guest, who is Professor Sunil K. Arora. He is a retired head from the Department of Immunology, PGIMER Chandigarh. So today we had a very interesting discussion. I tried to dig into immunology at depth, and in this discussion we have picked up questions which are more relevant to our day-to-day life. So I am pretty sure if you listen to this podcast, you will be able to pick up some vital informations from this entire discussion and implement in your life to make yours and your entire family's life healthy. With that, let's welcome our guest, Professor Sunil Arora. Sir, first of all, thank you for your time, and I am immensely honored to have you in my platform. So, with this, we would like to explore today more about immunology, because you being an expert in that field, I think you can give an insight. And this podcast is majorly revolving around immunology, how a common man can take immunology seriously, develop its immune system, especially in the tough times when COVID and other diseases are very, very predominant. So in that scenario, sir, what is the significance of immunology to a common man?
For a common man, one should understand that our immune system basically is the defense mechanism which the nature has provided us. So it has the capacity to fight with infections. It can be any kind of infection or even cancer. So anything which is foreign to our body is recognized, and our immune system starts acting against that. For a common man, we should basically tell them it is like an army which is protecting a country, sovereignty of a country. And whenever there is an invasion, the army gets activated, so the immune cells. So it's a complex system which has got many cells, many tissues, and also soluble factors, which all work together to get rid of the infection. So a normal, healthy individual has a competent immune system to work. Okay, so the infections, when they cause a disease, that means at that point of time, either the infectious agent has down modulated the immune system, or there is some level of immune deficiency which can cause the disease. So in general, we are being exposed to so many, viruses, microorganisms, bacteria all the time. We are eating food and we are eating so many, bacteria along with that. Many viruses keep attacking our body, and we even don't know how our body is getting rid of them. Even the cancer cells are being produced all the time in our body. Yeah. But not everybody gets a cancer. It is the testimony to our immune system that it is functional all the time. And whenever it finds something not self to the body, it will try to get rid of it. So that is our immune system.
I think nicely you have told or explained immunology as a matter of concern. But with our lifestyle, with increasing, we are becoming more and more robots. We are not paying enough attention to our health. So stress, tensions, all this cumulatively does affect our immune system.
Yes, basically any kind of stress or lifestyle changes, they do affect our health. In general, whatever affects your health will affect your immune system also. Okay. So what I will say is a normal healthy lifestyle and a good diet will keep your body's immune system also competent enough to fight with the diseases. Like if we talk about a situation of today, you can see that there is a lot of noise about air pollution all around us. Okay. So we are living in a air polluted kind of atmosphere that definitely affects our capacity to fight with the infections, because our immune system has started working over time. Because the tuning is that there are some cells in our body which are called the phagocytic cells or the macrophages. They are all the time looking at what is invading our body. So in a air polluted condition, we are breathing in so much of particulate material, and when this particulate material goes into the lungs and it goes into the alveoli, so it is picked up by the cells, and the cells get jam packed because that particulate material is inert and is not cleared by the cells. So cells, they keep accumulating it, and at one point of time they become kind of blotted cells with all the particulate material. So now their capacity to fight with infection is compromised. So that's why I'm saying the lifestyle, the atmosphere, the environment, the diet, everything affects your immune system. And if you are living a healthy lifestyle, doing some sort of exercise and eating good healthy food, balanced diet, your immune system remains competent enough to fight with the infections.
Right, right. But sir, when you say good immune system, healthy lifestyle, this these days, healthy lifestyle means you take a gym membership, you go there, do gym. It's first of all time, money, everything is involved. That is what a common perception has. But a common or a good lifestyle along which is at the same time healthy, can't it be very simple? Or it has to be always this complicated and no little bit you need guidance from somebody? Can't it be simple?
Yes, it is actually very simple. We make it complicated. We think that going to gym is healthy, but
Mm,
that's not required. Going to gym, of course, is good habit to build up your body and muscular power, and it's a kind of indoor exercise.
mm,
But what I'm talking about is uh, a normal healthy lifestyle is that you go for a walk, simple walk, go for cycling, you know
mm,
don't eat too much of junk food, which we call the fatty food, fried food, all these things. If your diet is balanced, like you take some amount of fruit, some amount of good vegetables, dal, roti, sabji,
mm,
that kind of is simple. I mean, we live in a simple way that keeps your body healthy. There's no need of absolute need of going to gym. It is as simple as that.
right.
Because your immune system, of course, you may say that a person who goes to gym every day will have a healthy immune system. I don't think so. That is a myth. It is simple that those who live a healthy lifestyle, in the sense they basically keep their diet and life balanced with some amount of exercise,
Mm,
some amount of routine work, and they do keep their routine a simple one. I think that is good enough to keep your immune system in a good shape. So there is nothing like a healthy immune system or a weak. They are there. An immune system can be compromised, like I told you the example of air pollution or any kind of stress or any kind of that kind of diet which can is not digestible. It creates a kind of stress, or that can compromise your immune system, in the sense that it gets overworked to eliminate that kind of thing first,
mm.
and then takes care of the. So um, anything which is simple and routine with all these things can keep you very well. Your immune system keep working in the right shape.
Okay, okay. Sir, as you rightly said, no, that what type of food and our daily lifestyle that has an immense effect on our immune system. So, in that context, that means gut health can be a direct, you can say, a marker to our immunology or body immune system.
That's a very important aspect you have touched, and it basically very close to nowadays. Many people are working on that.
Mhm.
When we are talking about gut health, we are basically, in scientific terms, we talk about the microbiota of the gut.
Yeah.
You know, our whole mucous membranes, our gut, lungs, even skin, and all other organs, they have millions of microorganisms growing in them, that we call the normal microflora of our system.
Mm.
So gut has got tremendous amount of microflora, which we call the microbiota. And amazingly, gut is the location where about 70% of our immune cells are located.
Okay.
So what the microbiota's role is, that it is a symbiotic relationship with our system. So these are kind of microorganisms which are non-pathogenic to the body, and when they are growing, they basically help us in digestion of food. They help in preventing the invasion of pathogenic bacteria in our gut. So that the colonization of microbacteria rightly starts right at the age when the person is born, the child is born. So he or she will start taking, what a kind of milk, or mother's milk or any other diet. So the colonization starts. And even the visitors who come and touch the child, they also contribute to the microbiota. So slowly, the microbiota, or the normal microflora of our gut, is built up. And that basically keeps your gut healthy. It helps you. I'll give you just one example in that context. Sometimes we take antibiotics without any prescription or something, because we are so much of self-medicated community, right? And most of the times there is some kind of sore throat or fever. Oh, de do antibiotic, and that antibiotic, what it does is it kills bacteria. So you have taken it for elimination of pathogenic bacteria, thinking that your sore throat is because of bacterial infection. It can be, may not be. So the antibiotic will basically get rid of the pathogenic bacteria, but also kill so many of the normal microflora, the microbiota. So many of those are eliminated. And you might also have seen or heard that when you take some antibiotic, sometimes it leads to diarrhea, gut problem, stomach ache, immediately. And you go to the doctor, and doctor will say, okay, stop the antibiotic and take another one. That is because that antibiotic is eliminating your normal microbiota. And now once that is eliminated, disturbed, so it disturbs your gut functions, and that leads to that. And then somebody will say, okay, dahi kha lo, take curd, probiotic. That means you are trying to restore the microbiota. So gut health has got a very direct relationship with our immune system. The normal microflora of our gut helps keep your immune system functioning in a proper way. It is a direct relationship. So I would say you have asked a very, very important question, and everybody should actually understand that gut health is directly linked with our immune system.
Yes. Sir, thank you for explaining things. But I'll tell you, in our day-to-day life, even in my family also, I see people taking, they have common cold, running nose, and they will just take one antibiotic without giving a second thought. So my common question to them is, oh no, why first of all you have to go for antibiotic, and then you have to take dahi and all sort of probiotic to restore your microflora in the gut. True. But sir, in this line only, another question is, we have viral infections, and these days you see viral infections have become very, very common. In case of viral infections, I see people are taking antibiotics. Now, what I understand is antibiotics are to kill bacteria. But in case of viral fevers, do antibiotics work?
See, antibiotics' role is to kill bacteria, microbes, not the viruses. So most of the times we do not know whether the sore throat is because of viral infection or is it because of bacterial infection. Sometimes it is superimposed. Sometimes it can be because of bacterial infection. But most of the time you have a viral infection. So if it is a viral infection, normally our body has competency. The immune system can basically eliminate the virus in about 5 to 7 days. You don't need to take any antibiotic for that. So antibiotics, they don't work against viruses. They work against bacteria. Antibiotic definition is that they work against only bacteria. So if you are not sure whether it is viral infection or it is a bacterial infection, then normally we have to get the culture done to see that whether it is a bacterial infection or not. If it is bacterial infection, then antibiotic is definitely helpful, because bacterial infections are more difficult to get rid without the antibiotics. But viral infections, they don't require any antibiotic treatment.
So that means, sir, if I have a common flu, I may not take any medicine.
No, you just have to maintain your fever, or maybe body ache. You take some kind of anti-inflammatory, because any infection will generate a lot of inflammation. Inflammation leads to some kind of body ache, some kind of sore throat, some kind of fever also. Fever is also a sign of inflammation. So actually, I tell my students all the time that any kind of immune activation will lead to inflammation, and inflammation leads to fever, generation of fever, because there are certain chemical which are released, which are called the cytokines. These cytokines dysregulate the temperature regulatory part in our brain, and our temperature of the body is increased. So a fever is a sign of activation of immune response. It is not a disease. It is not a part of disease process. It is just a sign of inflammation. Inflammation can be because of any infection, but in viral fever you have a lot of that. And if you are trying to say manage viral fever or viral infection or common cold, which you are calling, it is basically a infection with the influenza virus. So the symptoms are almost similar. So once you are sure that it is just a viral, because a lot of people are having viral infection around, and this is the viral infection basically is very contagious. It goes from one person to another. You are coughing, you throw virus, and somebody will catch it, and he will get sick. So that is a very big sign to see that whether it's a viral infection or bacterial infection. But sometimes you don't know, because the viral infections normally automatically get cured within 5 to 7 days. Sometimes they go up to maybe 10 days. If it is prolonged, then you must suspect some super infection or overlapping infection with a bacteria, and that requires antibiotic. Otherwise, you have to take just some anti-inflammatory or antipyretic, and that will take care of viral infection, because your body has started working right from the time the virus goes inside. But it takes time to generate proper immune response. That is a time period of 4 to 5 days. And once that is generated, there are a lot of bodies are made, and the T cells get activated. They eliminate the viral infected cells, and slowly the virus is eliminated from the body, and your system recovers quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, that means if some person who suffers from common cold and flu very frequently, somehow this process of defense or immunity is little bit compromised?
Yes, you can say that. That also depends on the lifestyle of that person, or sometimes there is underlying disease. Some people, they have some kind of immune deficiency. That may be because of, I will not say, but cancer also can cause immune deficiency. Other diseases which can cause immune deficiency, there is some other underlying, problem which makes your immune system compromised. That's why I use the word immunocompromised or immunocompetent. So these are the two words we use normally, rather than saying weak. In general sense, it is weak immune response or healthy immune response, strong immune response. But I would call it immune compromised or immune competent. So if a person is immune competent, he can get it. But if there is any underlying disorder or underlying condition like diabetes, some people have diabetes. In case of coronavirus, when the COVID came in, the pandemic, you must have heard so many people talking that, the disease get more severe in the individuals who are either very old, aged more than 60, 65 or 70 years of old, or they have comorbid conditions like diabetes, like, hypertension, or maybe some other cancer. So those comorbid conditions, they basically compromise your immune system. And that's why the SARS-CoV-2 infection, in more than 80-85% of cases, everybody recovered without any medication and any complication. Only about 10 to 15% they had some kind of complications, and those were because of the underlying condition, which is I call the comorbid conditions, or the age beyond 65 or 70, the immune system start getting slower. So because of senescence, so basically in the aged people, the immune system, which is making a lot of, immune cells, so that basically declines a bit. And that's why their immune system is a bit compromised, and they are more prone to these kind of, infections or any kind of this condition. So that's why we should take care of the healthy people. Will say that don't go out in the cold environment because you may catch cold.
Yeah.
So they are basically more susceptible. And while a healthy person, up to the age of 60, 65, 70, they are able to manage with the infection without any medication or something.
Okay. Sir, in this line only, I have another question. It is more of like my, I'm curious to know. So how does allergies work? Because once in Bangalore, and I see many people are very much allergic to pollens. So, and the situation is so severe that some has to be hospitalized also. So how this allergy works and immunology and allergy, what is the correlation between them?
See, allergy is nothing but an immune reaction to a allergen. So allergen can be anything, right? It can be pollen, it can be dust, it can be dust mite, it can be cockroach excreta, or some people have allergy from the cats or fur. So they have a pet at home, they will get allergy, right? So allergy is basically our immune system gets sensitized against some inert material. It can be inert, right? It is not an infection. That we must understand. A difference between allergen and infection is that allergens are normally inert. They don't proliferate by themselves, right? So inert material can be dust. Inert material can be even the pollutants, air pollutants, the particle material. It can be dust mite. It can be anything, right? So our immune system, some people are basically genetically susceptible to these kind of allergens, right? Even in Bangalore, you might have seen not everyone gets it.
Yeah.
Some people are get frequent. So there is a genetic reason behind it. They are genetically predisposed to be sensitive to, say, fish. They eat fish. Some people get fulminant, infection. My sister, I remember she was young. She's elder to me, 3 years elder. once she was given penicillin injection, and she had so much of fulminant, allergic reaction that she had to be admitted in the hospital, because allergic can be sometimes so acute, symptoms can come. It can be fatal even. Sometimes people die of allergic reaction. So, but it's an immune response to a allergen, which can be called antigen, but it may not be an infection, right? So genetic reason is one, but I read a very, very beautiful article in a journal very recently, where the investigators have worked on that if the children who are in infancy, they are given frequently antibiotics. And we talked about gut microbiota. So that antibiotic basically eliminates some of the very important bacteria from the gut microbiota. And these gut microbiota, I told you that they are helping in digestion of our nutrition. So they, while doing that, they create certain metabolites which are released. And these metabolites, they basically are very important for maintaining the gut health. So they have shown by doing their experiments on mouse model, where they took the young pups of the mouse and they treated them with antibiotic, and then they showed that when these pups, they grew, the pups which were exposed to antibiotic, they started being allergic to dust mite extract. Whereas the other pups were normal, they did not get any allergy, which means that early exposure to antibiotic, early life, can lead to development of allergies maybe many years back, later, in the life. So you never know what are the reasons. And in fact, nobody knows why a person becomes sensitized to one allergen. But that is for sure that if a person is sensitive to allergy, one particular allergen, then every time he is exposed to that allergen, the reaction can be more and more fulminant, right? So because what happens is our immune system has got so many good things, and the amazing thing is that every time it sees a antigen, it memorizes it. So there are certain cells which are called the memory cells, which are generated against that. And next time that antigen comes in, so these memory cells, they react very fast. They don't take time to, get tuned to it. So that's why every time a person is sensitive to allergy, one particular allergen, the next time he's exposed, he will throw up very quickly, become allergic reaction. So that is basically our immune reaction. And that's how it works. That's how the immune system is protecting us. But on the other way, it can cause allergic reaction also, which is very, very, dangerous also sometimes.
Right, right. Right, sir. Thank you for giving a very detailed description, because we have certain, I've seen some of my colleagues, they are very much allergic. Even in some of my family members, they are allergic to dust. So the moment they step out of their house, you have some dust exposure, they keep sneezing. So
the only remedy is to avoid that allergy.
yeah,
That is the best way to do it. Avoid that, because it's sometimes very difficult to actually detect to what particular allergen you are sensitive. But once you know it, just avoid it and you are fine. There's nothing else required. Some people keep taking antihistamine or yevo. Normally those kind of medicines, they are required when you are not able to avoid or you don't know what is the allergen. Right. But if you know it, the best way is to just avoid it and you are fine. There is no need of any medication.
Okay, okay. Then we explored the possibilities of allergies and how allergy can be avoided, provided we know that what is the cause of our allergy. But in coming in line, we also have immunocompromised diseases, or precisely if I say autoimmune diseases. So how severe is autoimmune disease?
Okay, there are two things you talked, immunocompromised diseases or autoimmune disease.
Yes.
There are two different categories of disease. One, we'll talk about that also.
Mhm.
One of the diseases are called primary immune deficiency disorders, PIDs. They are the ones which come in those individuals who are deficient in one or the other arm of the immune system, and they get those diseases. So they are basically genetic. At the moment you have asked about the autoimmune disease.
Mhm.
Autoimmune is that sometimes what happens is our body basically start recognizing one of the component of our own body as foreign,
Oh,
right?
okay.
And that's where the tolerance is broken. So basically, why our immune system is not acting against us is that during the year of development, when the fetus is developing, when the child is born, so in the early life, our immune system starts developing. And at that point of time, all the cells which recognize autoantigens are eliminated
Yeah.
so that it doesn't cause any autoimmune disease later.
Mhm.
So there is a tolerance generated against our own cells and our own tissues. But somehow, due to some reasons which are not very clear at the moment, for some diseases, for some it is known, that tolerance is broken. So our immune system start working against our own uh, cells or tissues or whatever. So that is called the autoimmune disease. And now it's a whole, list of autoimmune diseases. You talk of, systemic lupus erythematosus, you talk of rheumatoid arthritis, you talk of autoimmune diabetes, and, you know, it has to be some autoantigen which is being looked at as foreign.
Mhm.
Sometimes what happens is you get some viral infection,
Mhm.
and viruses are very notorious. Sometimes they carry, whenever they infect you
Mhm.
and they leave you, they carry some part of you.
Mhm.
You understand?
Mhm.
When they're infecting, like HIV, it infect our cells. Now the HIV comes out, is some part of our cell membrane.
Mhm.
The cell it infects is the T cell, which is a CD4 positive cell. And when it buds out, it takes a part of that membrane, very minute, some sequences.
Mhm.
And that sometimes these viruses they infect you, and the immune system work against the virus to eliminate it, but inadvertently, because of antigenic similarity now, it start acting against the very cell of our body, because that information was brought back by the virus. So that's why this is called antigenic mimicry,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So some viruses or some bacteria may carry some kind of antigen epitopes which may be very much similar to our autoantigens, our own cell components. And that causes a antigenic mimicry, means so they are very close to each other. And our body is trying to react. Our immune system basically is activated against that pathogen,
Mhm.
but inadvertently that particular component is also seen as foreign, and the immune response is generated against that also. So once the infection is cleared,
Mhm.
but the person develops autoimmune disease. That is one of the reasons. Not every time it is that. I'm just saying many of the autoimmune diseases we do not know the reason. But in some, it has been found that it is because of this kind of, misdirected immune response, which is against the pathogen, but it acts against our.
Sir, are they treatable anyhow, or is it something that you have to live with it?
So if you really know the cause, now that what is happening is the basic reason is that our immune system is acting against that particular tissue. Now we don't want that tissue to be removed, because in general the immune system is activated, and once the cause is removed, the immune activation goes down. It is basically a regulatory mechanism. Once it is activated, it eliminates the pathogen, goes down. So that is called the regulation. But in this system, we already have an antigen which cannot be removed because it's a part of our body. So the immune system keep getting activated. So the most of the times we are just trying to manage it by immunosuppression, giving immunosuppressants. That's how. So most of the autoimmune diseases are not treatable, unfortunately. They can be managed with many of these such medicines which can keep the immune activation down for some time. So that's how we.
Right. And whoever will listen this podcast, I'm pretty sure they will try to bring this small but quite effective good habits into their lifestyle. And this is what I would say as a good lifestyle. So it's not complicated, it's very simple, but we can inculcate those good habits in our day-to-day life, in our practices, so that our immune system is good. We have to fight with all sort of pollutions, or the adulterations in food maybe, or the stress which is increasing day by day, and we should be future ready. With that note, thank you, sir, for your wonderful discussion I had on various topics. So thank you for your time. Thank you for coming to this platform. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Somnath, for inviting me. I also enjoyed discussing with you. You asked very pertinent questions, and thank you for this conversation. And I enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And if time and everything permits, we would again like to connect with you and have more discussions on to that, so that our viewers are immensely benefited from your. I would say, you are like an epitome of knowledge. So if some small portions also, if I can take it out, decipher it, and give it to my audience, they will be immensely benefited out of it. So with that hope, sir, I'm looking forward to connect with you again maybe in future. Thank you.
Thank you. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.